Hey everyone. So I am doing a weekend edition. I feel like even though we're in lockdown, some people are going out. Yeah, so I'm calling this weekend edition, but it's basically going to span Thursday through next Wednesday. Is that right? Or next Thursday. It doesn't matter. The point is that this is for you, and if you want to see a reading about you versus them. And just to be clear, I don't want to write all of this in the title, but if you're your own enemy, like, that counts, okay? I feel like I'm not in the frame that well. Let me see. Head back. Okay. Hi. Excuse me. We're outside if you didn't hear the little plane. Drinking my coffee. All right. Hey, go away, mosquito. All right. Here we go. I'm going to start, excuse me. I'm going to start with Scorpio today. Scorpio. So it is you, them, the problem, and the solution. And I'll show you all the cards. We're using the Salvador Dali deck. I think I said that. It is the gold-edged gilded version. This was a gift. I did not buy it for myself because this is not the sort of thing I would spend a lot of money on. I mean, tarot cards, yes, but I like so many of them that I wouldn't buy one where I could buy like 3 or 4, you know. Alrighty. No, that's not true. My gosh. This thing was expensive. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, Scorpio, here we go. By the way, I'm Dr. Tarot, and this is TakeChargeTarot, if you didn't already know that. Let's make no assumptions, right? Okay. You, them, the problem, and the solution. All right, so we've got, for you, we've got the Hermit. For them, whoever them is to you, we've got the 8 of Cups. And let's go this here. And for the problem, these cards are very artistic. Yeah, that's it. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. You have to literally count the swords. Yes, there are 8. And the solution is Judgment. So this is definitely, I don't know about your person, but for you, this definitely has a karmic vibe. What that means is, probably knew them in a past life, or it just, something about the relationship runs deep for you in your life path, okay? And, yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. I am getting the feeling that this is someone you have been either separated from for a long while. I'm not talking a decade, but, it could be anywhere up to a year, Or this is someone that you are with, that you've been with for a while, you're cohabitating with. Excuse me, I have to go off screen to blow my nose. Okay, thank you. I'm a human being. These things happen. Allergies are terrible right now where I live. Or allergic conditions. Okay, so the reason I say all of this, the Hermit card, it is not, I know obviously the word hermit typically means isolating, being on your own, being by yourself. But the Hermit really is about wisdom, right? Being the wise one. And it's that lantern. When I get a deck, I look for the lantern on a Hermit card, because that is the essence of, there's a little human, looks like a little fetus. This is Dali. He's so nuts. In a good way. He's a surrealist painter. Check it out. Upside down. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Actually, that's kind of cool, because the lantern could be like your essence, your soul, if you subscribe to any belief in a soul. But this idea that you are going somewhat within but it's a little different than like Hanged Man, which that's a whole other topic. I don't know why I brought that up. You're just really honing in on seeing this with what they call like double sight, okay, with sort of like your third eye, but that's why I say you've been with this person for a while, meaning, you know, you've got time in, you're way past the romance period, you may be married to this person, or it might be a family member, you know, this could be just a you know, karmic relationships come in all types. What I should have said, guys, because you're the first reading of the whole live here that I'm doing, whoever your them is someone that you're having static with. You're having some kind of charge with. Hopefully that makes sense. I think it should. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be. It often is. But it certainly does not have to be. So you're basically going within and you're like, huh, okay. You're just seeing things with a new light. And by new light, I don't mean like, oh, it means the lantern is up close and something's been lit up. Meaning you've learned something or you've discovered something that you couldn't have otherwise known had you not been in contact with this person, right? So let's say it's a mate that you've met, or in, you know, work person, whatever, somebody that's not a family member. When you, I may have to go like spontaneously, that's why I'm looking over there. You may, someone you had to be close to. So you may have not ever seen whatever it is you're discovering now, but you had no way to, unless you were close to them, had this relationship, whatever the relationship is. The reason I think Spirit's wanting me to say that, and I think it's because, so I'm a Scorpio, full disclosure, and I don't know if this is all Scorpios, but I feel like Scorpios, we have like, you know, we're known for like that great intuition. So I can pretty much, like, I have a good BS meter. Like, I think I'm a pretty good judge of what I'm getting into with a human being when I interact with them. And you might be going through this, like, why didn't I know any better? How could I not see it? Da, 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 da. And Spirit's like, this is not a case where you didn't miss anything, right? You didn't, this wasn't like, oh, you got it wrong. This is a case of, as I said earlier, you could only have known this by having a close relationship with this person. So there was no way for you to know. And Spirit just wants you to know that, so you're not like beating yourself up, okay? Them. I get a totally different vibe from them with regard to the relationship. Like, this is a big deal for you. It's not that it's not a big deal for them, but they're just like, it seems like they're walking away from life. You know, you look closely at this particular person, you know, it's one of those, if anybody, God, I'm dating myself here and I'm totally cool with that. In the show, the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, this is the TV show, mind you, this isn't Mark Ruffalo Hulk. It's David Banner, you know, is the guy who becomes the Hulk, and he goes like from town to town, and it always ends, he's got his backpack, you know. And I get a similar vibe here. Like, this man's just packing up his stuff, putting it all in a backpack and just leaving. Like, he's just like, I'm out of here, right? I'm done, I'm out of here. And I need to, again, blow my nose off camera, excuse me. Cars going by. All right, cool. I see one person's here. Hi, one person. Feel free to say hi in the chat. All right, so that's your person. So your person's just like, they're not, I feel like there's this disconnection. Now, it's interesting because your person is going toward you. So there is this feeling of, if this may not be for everyone, but if it's romantic, they're kind of wanting to come back. They're leaving a situation and they're coming back to you. But again, that's just, if that resonates, great. That's not for everybody, in my opinion here. And it's interesting. We have 2 8s here. We have an 8 of Cups and we have the 8 of Swords. So we're getting closer, this is the problem. The problem is everybody feels stuck. But I would say this is more his or her problem, their problem, than your problem. They're feeling stuck. They're feeling like, it's like there's a real melancholy to this. This is an interesting 8, because the 8 of Swords is often just, it can be very just like, oh gosh, what is that word? It's not melancholy or sadness as much as it is despair, which I'm like, oh, despair, that's so much better. No, but it's a whole different animal. This is like basically not as intense. These allergies, man. Not as intense for your 8 of Cups. Now, the thing with you, where the problem here too is that you want things not to be as they are. You know, you've got this gorgeous castle here. It's in the background. It's definitely way in the background, not in the foreground. And you want it to be, you want to be in that castle. Very metaphorically. This has nothing to do with wealth or riches or anything. But you're just not. You're not, they're not. There is a sadness here. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely like just a overwhelming, like this is not a happy ending to the rom-com. You know, this is not a rom-com. But the solution to this whole thing is there's real potential for both of you. See, I'm not getting a lot about the relationship. I'm getting a lot about you individually. And though you are different, and I've already made that clear about how this is definitely like has a more large karmic vibe for you. This is not without weight or importance for your person, okay? So we've got Judgment here, right? And Judgment, juicio, just so you know, that's has a Spanish in the, juicio means judgment, the judgment. I don't know why I felt I had to tell you that. Keep seeing if my child could wake up at any minute. That means I have to stop the live. Yeah, so there's a real opportunity for, at the risk of sounding very dramatic, like salvation. I mean, there's a lot of Christian iconography. There's no denying it. It's in the tarot as well. And I am in no way espousing any theology here. But we can use those symbols, and they come from something else too. Paganism, writ large. But again, I digress. Let's come back. In this is basically like your last shot at rebirth, right? And if you're looking at the major arcana, which are these main cards, these two are major arcana. This is your shot to, like, you've gone through this journey. Are you now? It's no big deal if you don't transform. It's no big deal if you don't take this, grab this, whatever, this baton and run with it. The universe doesn't work like that, right? The universe isn't like, oh, well, that was your chance. Too bad. You lose. No. But it's just showing us that there is an opportunity here if you want to take it, for both of you. Now, we're obviously more concerned about you because you're the one that's watching this reading. But hey, cross watchers, if you're watching this video, this could be for you. So by all means, then I guess I am talking to you potentially. But assuming that we don't have cross watchers or not the cross watcher, this definitely can be a reality for you. So again, to remind you, this is you, Hermit. They are the 8 of Cups. Your problem is 8 of Swords. You both feel just trapped. That's why he's running away. You're just kind of like, okay, hold on. Like, this may not be your first rodeo, or you're just, as a person, you just tend to be no better, no worse. Just, you tend to be a bit more reflective and more just, self-critical in a good way, though. In a good way. So that's what I got for you, Scorpio. It's pretty powerful. This is a powerful reading. It doesn't have like butterflies and hearts and stuff, but it definitely is one of those like life-changing potentially And what a beautiful thing. And I think the reason Spirit wants to kind of put that out there is because whatever happened in the relationship, it seems like the pain isn't raw anymore. There might have been a lot of pain. Again, not for everybody, for some of you. But there was a lesson. There was a lesson. It was huge, and it will effectively change the course of your life or how you see yourself, you know? But anyway, we're on to Sag. Hey, Sagittarius. I love that Sag is right after Scorpio. I always feel like Scorpio is like this extreme severity, heaviness, and then Sag is like, you know, coming out of the water, breaking off the shackles, getting wings, and just galloping away. Like a Pegasus centaur, not just a centaur. All right, let's see. What's Sag got going on? Sagittarius. There we go. You. Them. Okay. The problem. Interesting. And the solution. Okie dokie. This is a totally different reading. Okay, we're looking at 10 swords here. So you're 10 of swords. Now, don't worry. I'm really glad he doesn't do the typical... What is this? Oh, gosh. Anyway, it's violent nonetheless. It doesn't have to be a violent card. I kind of think it misrepresents 10 of swords, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Your person is Knight of Cups. Caballero de Copas, if you want to know the Spanish. The Empress for the problem. Look forward to what that's about. La Emperatriz. I've never said Empress in Spanish, and there you go. And the solution is Sota de Bastos, which is Page of Wands. All right. So my vibe here, I do think I'm talking to somebody that's in a romantic partnership. I'm thinking you broke it off. Hey, mosquito. I don't think so. Not today. Yeah. So I'm getting caught up in, you know, Spirit's really like, this is such a powerful card. You know, if you draw 10 of Swords, if I could invite you to start thinking about it as something to be grateful for, because you have just, if you receive 10 of Swords for yourself, I assume sometimes in my videos that people read their own tarot. I know I watch fellow tarot readers, so, but if you pull 10 of Swords or you get a 10 of Swords in a reading from someone else, that is a really powerful, that is not an uh-oh card. That is a, oh God, thank you. Like finally, like I was hoping I could get, you know, I was done with that thing. And that's what this is. So the relationship that this relationship that I'm looking at here, and again, this may not be for everybody, is definitely, it was very painful. It was a painful end. If I'm getting there was an end here, or if not, a really painful thing happened and you're considering ending it, right? So this is definitely, if it is a relationship that you're still in, it is very tenuous. It is held by a very, very delicate thread. But what makes this unique is that it is not your first difficult relationship. You've been here before and you're like, seriously? So you're almost like a little familiar. And by that I mean it's not that you're less hurt, but sort of like it penetrates you less deeply, because you're like, okay, this is the 5th time I've been here, or the 3rd, or the 18th, whatever it is. You know this. You know this place where you are, and you're just like, I don't know. So, and there's a lot of like, for me, in this particular picture as well, there's a lot of self-inflicted wounding. So there's wounding, but it's also of a, of the self to the self, toward the self. Now here's the thing about your person. They're ready to they don't think you got in a big fight, or they don't think it's over. Like, your person has a totally different perspective on whatever it is that happened, which is so funny. I have been in relationships like that are just like, yeah, I could think of one specifically, but I was like, yeah, no, that's it. Like, what just happened? I think I summarized it by saying, I'm done is I had no idea. So for some reason with this person, and it was a while ago, so I'm over it, but with this person, it was like, oh my God, this is so unacceptable. I cannot be in this relationship. I'm out of here. This person would be like, I didn't know that bothered you, or that was a problem. And in my defense, because I can always say stuff like, oh, I'm a terrible communicator or something like that. But that's communication styles. That's not anyone's fault. That's not her fault. And it's not my fault. It was just difference. So anyway, moving on. So Knight of Cups, they're ready to come back in, or they think nothing's really wrong. You're taking a little space, and they're like planning something romantic. It's really funny. It's not funny if it's, let me take that back. It's interesting because from the outside looking in, and I know if you're in a lot of pain, I'm so with you, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this right now, okay? That's terrible. But they love you. Like, they almost feel like you're the one. I mean, there's like I'm getting a very, very strong, it doesn't feel immature. I mean, maybe, but like for them, it's not immature. Like, in terms of what they are capable of, this is a very authentic love that they have for you. Excuse me. So anyway, that's happening. It's intriguing. They really have no idea how much they hurt you. So what I'm getting here is there needs to be a real, I'm looking at problem as I say this, and we're moving into the problem. There needs to be a conversation, a really potentially long conversation. I'm not saying it has to be long. I personally am not a huge fan of very long conversations, but this definitely has to be dealt with in a very deep, it's coming to mind, but thorough, that's the word. It has to be dealt with in a thorough way. So you really have to get all your feelings out. This is not the time to pick and choose what you say. Oh, that's going to hurt them, or oh, this is not, whatever your filter is, take it off, because you have nothing to lose, and they need to know. They need to know. Maybe they hurt you. There's something here, okay? And this person, like, I don't know if you noticed, not only are they coming towards you, this is your person, but look at the face. The face is looking right at you, like you are you're in their sights. They're like tunnel vision with you. Now the problem probably is this. You're not really used to, my sense is you're the type of person, and Sag, I'm talking to I just said all that stuff about Sag, and this is a deep reading. So, I mean, obviously there is no cookie cutter Sagittarius or any other sign for that matter. But the Sag I'm talking to, you're actually humble. Again, bad use of the adverb. It's not surprising that you're humble. You're just not used to this sort of treatment. You're not used to receiving. So you've come to a point in your life now where you're like, I'm done giving. Like, you're the giver. Like, if there has to be, which I do not advocate for this imbalance in a relationship, but it certainly happens and it occurs. Like, if you find yourself, and this always goes back to childhood, so if you want to do that work, by all means, do the work. But if you find that you're the giver, and then all of a sudden you're like gived out, and you're wondering, that's a bird, and you're wondering, like, that's what's happened. So even though you feel sort of damaged by this person in this relationship, it really is kind of self-inflicted. Again, there's no victim blaming going on here. We're not blaming anybody, and we're not saying that, certainly not saying you did anything wrong, excuse me. But this is a great opportunity to be like, okay, all right, I can't sustain an exclusive giving relationship. There has to be equality. And I think that this person can totally meet you there. The thing is that I'm telling you, they don't know that they hurt you, and they don't even know the extent of it. They may think you're mad. Like if you had some kind of blowout, if you're doing silent treatment, whatever, that's just, another side of the same coin. This is definitely somebody who has no idea and really is open to hearing that, hey, you need to bestow beauty, kindness, and love upon me, riches upon me. Empress is all about receiving. Empress is and I do credit my teacher, one of my teachers, Lindsay Mack. She doesn't even know she's my teacher, by the way, but check her out, lindsaymack.com. Empress is the culmination of receiving from the universe as your birthright. So it's receiving pleasure. It's not so much in the money thing, but sure, money can be in there. But this is about just receiving. We'll leave it there. And pleasure is a really good place to sort of stop with that. So that's what's happening here. And I love it because the solution is, I think this is you, Page of Wands. And this is you just demanding what you want. Coming out of this shell of like self-sacrifice for the sake of the relationship and the other, and being like, I want to go have sushi, I want to do this, I want to do that, instead of saying maybe, what do you guys want? What do you want to do? Oh, whatever. What do you want to do? So this is you asserting your desires, not your needs. Sure, needs are important, but beyond that, no, I want to do this. I feel like doing this. And they're going to have no problem with that. Like, there is no, they're a human, they have boundaries, but, this is a lovely reading. This feels like I'm just looking at a romantic drama here, but, again, as I said for Scorpio, I think this is an opportunity, Sag, a really, really good one for you. I feel like I'm talking to someone in a helping profession, specifically like healthcare, like not therapy necessarily, although maybe like occupational therapy, but not like talk therapy. You're a nurse, or you're a nurse assistant, or you're whatever. You do something in the realm of caring for people. So, all right, Sag. Well, an honor to read for you, for sure. Capricorn, we're on you now. Let me look at the time. Yeah. I usually only have energy for about 3 signs for some reason. I go in with like, I'm going to do all 12, or I'm going to do all 6. This is hard work. It's fun work. I love it, but it's very draining. All right, Cap, let's look at you. You versus them. And also, I have a Venus in Capricorn, so much love. All right, here we go. Cappy Cap. Capricorn. All right, you. Nice. Them. Interesting. The problem? Interesting. Okay. This one feels easy for some reason. Cap, this is going to be short, and I apologize. Maybe it won't be. Let's see. So you got the Star, which is lovely, and that's Aquarius energy. Although Dali has this deck is totally different than every other deck with regard to planets and signs. Signs that represent. So he's got the Star. I'm not going to make this a part of the reading or anything, but he has Venus. as rep. Never in my life have I seen that on any deck, and I've been doing this for 20 plus years. But that's you. You're the star. Your person is the 9 of Cups. So they're living large. They're happy. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the 10 of Cups? Oh, no. Hold on. This is the 9 of Cups to me, so we're going to read it as such, okay? It's 9 of Cups. Yeah, but that is a little confusing thing he's doing there. If I'm wrong, who cares? All that matters is the reading, what's delivered, not what the card is, in my opinion. We've got the 8 of Cups is the problem. And 4 of Pentacles is the solution. Here's the simplicity of it. I think I am also talking to a romantic relationship here. You're both happy. Please forgive this. I'm not comfortable with, I'm aware of like sizist talk. I'm not even going to say it because I'm not comfortable with it. But what I'm trying to get at is there's something like opulent is the word. This person is dressed opulently. They're getting all of their needs met. You feel a sense of renewal. This is the relationship that you have been waiting for, right? Like this, I don't know what's going on here, but you guys are meant to at least be together for now. Looks fantastic. Like you're at that, oh my God, I think I'm in love with you kind of stage. It's still romance phase, but it's definitely like the connection is powerful on multiple levels. And you're both freaked out and you want to leave. Like, you are both freaked out. You're both freaking out. You want to get the hell out of there. Like, I'm out of here. And there's no need. There's no need. It's just intense. Yes, it's intense. Sit with that. And you're like, what's wrong with me? How, it's like you never realize that sitting with the intensity of joy is as difficult, if not more difficult, than sitting with the intensity of sadness or whatever, negative, fill in negative emotion. And the advice, the solution is to sit with it. Sit through the discomfort, cry together, or I don't know. The message is crystal clear to me, and Spirit is not giving me any like details, like advice, guidance outside of the cards are so ridiculously simple. Like this looks so textbook. And now I'm really talking to fill up space because it's like, here's your solution, man. Sit with it. Four of Pentacles. It's a very unsexy card. It's often considered like, what's like holding on to what you have, being a little miserly, sort of miserly. It can be. You're just holding on to your stuff and you're like, I'm not sharing with anybody. This is mine. And so this is, you guys just have to sit with it. There's nothing to run from. Because, if you run, you're just going to keep looping around back to each other and you're just going to cause unnecessary damage. There's no reason to run. But that's it, guys. Capricorn, whatever. I don't know what's going on, but congratulations. And Crosswatcher, go talk to your Capricorn and tell them, hey, you know what this is? This is amazing. And obviously, I'm not talking to everyone because if you're not feeling this kind of power or this intensity, this reading's not for you, and totally cool because you have many other planetary placements, right? You got your Venus, your Sun, your Moon, your Rising. I pretty much take planetary placements up till about Jupiter as relevant here. All right, dear. The rest is idle talk. I have nothing really to say. Spirit's just like, Spirit wants, so Capricorn, this is what I'll leave you with. What Spirit wants you to do is stop the video, or put down the phone or however you're seeing this and go call them or make contact with them. If they're in the other room, go talk to them. If they are across the country, text them immediately that you guys need to meet up. Whatever it is. Yeah, I'm going to be quiet now so you can get on with it. But know that whatever you're feeling is legit, and it's mushy gushy. Enjoy that. Well, so I got time for Aquarius now. Hey Aquarius, how are you? Good to see ya. We've got, hey, is that a mosquito? This will be my last reading for sure. Aquarius, I'm going to end with you, honey. Is there a mosquito in my hair? That is quite possible. Isn't that interesting? I love doing readings outside. Plus, it's getting dark anyway. Okay. I smell a barbecue. That's lovely. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. I think okay, there might be rain, so let's get this reading going for Aquarius. Is that water? You guys are confusing me. Oh well, fortunately this should be nice. Okay, King of Wands, Aquarius. Chariot for your person. Okay. Hermit for the problem. Wow. Okay, this is pretty nuts. Is someone eating? Is that what's happening? Like a little, what do you call it? There's like a squirrel eating, and there's like little remnants falling. Yo, man, you have some manners. I'm trying to do a video here. That's really funny. I live in a naturey place, so someone is eating above us. This is powerful. This is a great note to kind of end on, because look at this. So you're the King of Wands. You're in your power. And you have really, it's like an aggressive feeling. You have taken that power and you're like, I am here. This is mine. You're not being oppressive and weird. You're just like, this is mine. I claim it. You can do whatever you want, but this is mine. Okay? So it's a really nice, what's what I'm looking for? Confident without being like super, I don't know. There's a word. Braggadocio comes to mind, but just, bragging, non-humble, whatever that is. Your person has the Chariot. Now what that means, chariots are about, in the tarot, it's about fortitude, being formidable. And, Chariot is ruled by Cancer, which is a crab who has a shell. Are we ready to crack that shell and just be who we are in all of our glory? This suggests to me that your person feels comfortable with you. Your person, it's one of those, like, I'm just going to make assumptions here about people in relationships. Like, what people really want in a relationship is the ability to be their authentic self. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's rain. They want the ability to just, like, this is who I am, take me or leave me, right? And that's kind of what your person is doing. Your person is saying, hey, I'm here. I am here, and I am showing you who I am. Whether you take it or not, that's up to you, right? So that's pretty cool. The Hermit is your problem. And the problem is that you're going within too much now. Well, you're both, I feel like I'm talking to people who are older. So, and if you are like younger, if you're like in your, early 20s, or you're like a teen, hopefully you're 18 and over, because this is for 18 and over. But I'm not your parent, so, or your guardian. I like to say all are welcome here, but I can't be responsible, obviously, for you. But whoever I'm talking to is like, you're kind of like in your prime or something. Whatever that means to you, by the way. Like, there is a really big, expansive, fiery, there's just a big energy here. There's a big energy for them. Almost like you guys are, I don't know, like, dare I say power couple, or there is something about this relationship. Now, in this case, by the way, This could be a work relationship. If it's a romantic relationship, it is hot. I'll say that. And I mean hot in all senses of the word, not just like sex or physically, but there's just an energy that's exuded by the both of you when you walk into a room, and it's fantastic. I'm actually feeling there's a feminine energy here. Again, on many of my videos, I've talked about gender. I don't subscribe to gender. However, I know that we are unfortunately kind of trapped and have to use words like masculine and feminine. So if I had to guess, this could obviously be a person assigned female at birth with very masculine energy, and vice versa. Assigned male at birth with a feminine energy, but there is so much power going on between you two. And that is definitely what Spirit wants me to tell you. And that it's good power. I think that's, yeah, I'll leave that there. There really is no need. Like, this is, the problem here, if I had to say anything, is, well, I hear Spirit saying the solution, so I'll just say that. It's like, you're right on track. Like, you don't need to go within and question anything. There's nothing you're missing. That's it. Spirit wants you to know that there's nothing that you're missing. You're not missing anything, right? You are exactly where you need to be. You are, like, if you're just like, wow, is this really, like, if you're doubting yourself or doubting the chemistry, like, stop. You don't need to. And this is becoming one of my, like, all-time favorite cards. The Tower. Wow, I got this one right, at least. Not Aries, but Mars. But anyway, that's my beef with Salvador Dali. La Torre, the Tower. You know, the solution is to let this thing happen. You've both come, oh, now that makes sense. Okay. See, this is the solution, is let this energy, let this dynamic, it's not explosive. I want to be very clear. At least that's not how I'm experiencing it in my channel from Spirit. Because this often is like, it's explosive. What it is that it is fundamentally shifting this relationship, again, whatever incarnation this relationship is. And yes, cross watchers, obviously I'm talking to you too. Whatever, yeah. So I lost my train of thought now because I was busy qualifying stuff. It's not that it's like, oh my God, fireworks. It's not like that. It's more like, okay, this is a weird image, but I'm just going to say it. Almost like, like superheroes. And again, I'm not very skilled in the superhero world. So if you're like a fanatic in superheroes and comics and stuff, like, just chill with, the judgment, if you don't mind. But like when a human drinks maybe something like a radioactive liquid, and then all of a sudden it's like they're like, like just lit up, like big, that's it, lit up, big auras. That's what you guys kind of bring out in each other. I mean, separately, you're cool, but there is something that happens when we put these two together. And again, I'm not opposed to the word explosive. It just doesn't quite capture it. It's like, it's not enough. It's more like fundamentally shifts. It fundamentally, something about this connection fundamentally shifts your foundation. Could be your foundation of what you think, how a relationship should feel. It could be your foundation. Anyway, I'll let you, Spirit's telling me to kind of back it up. Just let you figure this out. This is something, again, not for everybody, not for every Aquarius, but this is definitely something that Spirit is saying, that okay, thank you. I'm getting into, this is a really powerful reading, guys. I'm kind of glad we're ending here, because ending with Aquarius, this would be one of those occasions, Aquarians, if you want more like guidance, this is definitely a reading that should have an extended, and I am not in the business of doing extendeds yet, so, but if you would like a reading, of course, you can email me at what's my email? TakeChargeTarot at gmail.com or whatever. There's a million ways to get in touch with me. It's all on the page. But this is powerful stuff. I mean, like, again, I don't know what's going on, but wow. It's cool. It's a good thing. It's not scary. It's just, you're being encouraged You're being guided to just surrender to it. Just surrender to this. And I know that it might be scary. So that's why you keep coming here. It's safe. You know, it's safe to come to Hermit is a very safe space. I mean, it can bring up stuff, but it's like, no, get out of Hermit. I don't want to go. This is so cool, Aquarius. I wish I had a chat because I'm really curious. Do me a favor if you would, Aquarians. I mean, everybody who's watching this, but Aquarians, I want to hear, write in the chat how this lands with you, because you got crazy stuff going on in a good way. Again, I keep saying it's good, but it's wow. All right, loves, I'll see you in the next, and yeah, have a great weekend.